Good morning, everyone. Well, many in Iowa are going to be dry throughout the day today, but do have to mention if you're in the far eastern part of the state, going to be a bit of a slower morning commute because we still got rain around. Now, the worst passed us at 8 a.m., but look at the lingering showers and maybe still some weak storms around the Quad Cities. So, rain around for the morning commute. I'd give yourself a couple extra minutes to get to work or school in the Quad Cities. But as you can see, Waterloo, Mason City, Sioux City, already dry, and I do think it's just the morning hours we're going to be dealing with rain in the Quad Cities. Check out noon if you're going to be going out for lunch. Looks like you can set the umbrella aside. You won't be needing it. Looks like we're going to be dry across the state. And notice the cloud cover breaking up from west to east. Already some good sunshine around Sioux City, but still some lingering cloud cover in the eastern part of the state. So that's going to lead to a temperature difference, as you could probably guess. This afternoon it's going to be cooler to the east, where it's going to take longer for the clouds to break up. May not be until about 5, 6 o'clock that we get some good sunshine in the Quad Cities. So we're talking about 80s out west and lower 70s, maybe even some upper 60s for the northeastern part of the state. Most of us in Iowa are going to see highs, I think, in the mid to upper 70s. And nowhere in the state today is there going to be much wind. That's going to change for tomorrow. Also, want to mention our next chance of rain actually beginning as early as about midnight tonight in the western part of the state, but this is a small chance. We're talking about some isolated showers possible around Sioux City very late tonight. For the morning commute tomorrow, can't rule out some isolated showers in the central part of the state, but the chance is small. It's more likely that you're going to have a dry morning commute, especially if you're in the far eastern or far western part of the state. As far as a good chance of rain coming back, what we're concerned about is what's going to happen in the late afternoon and evening hours. Before we talk about that, though, I do want to talk about temperatures. Now, this model showing temperatures mainly low, mid 80s. I have a feeling it's underdoing it, though. When we get windy conditions like this ahead of a cold front, oftentimes temperatures overachieve. So I think we're going to see more likely high temperatures mid to upper 80s, maybe a couple spots in the low 90s out in the western part of the state. I'm not going to rule that out. And again, it is going to be a windy day on Thursday, no matter where you are in the state. We're talking about gusts 35, 45 miles per hour. Right now, looking like the windiest conditions are going to be in the western part of the state. So if we're going to see gusts around 45 miles per hour, that's most likely in places like Omaha, Sioux City, out Quad Cities, still windy, but gusts more likely around 35 miles per hour. All right, so let's talk about storms. And I do think the chance for severe storms will begin about 6 o'clock Thursday, but tell you what, right now, there is some uncertainty in the models. I'm showing you one model. It has an interesting solution. It's kind of a recent trend that we're seeing in the models, where this cold front starts to push in, but temporarily stalls out. So look at 6 o'clock, and then look at 11 o'clock. And notice how the storms are mainly in the same place, in and around the Mason City area. And a lot of the state is still dry. Now, some models say no, the front does not stall out, and it actually pushes to the south and east. And all the models eventually do that. It's just the question is, how long does this front stay stalled out in the northern part of the state? Or maybe it doesn't stall out at all. So that's something we've got to watch for the evening hours of Thursday, because that's going to impact who exactly is going to see severe weather. Because if it takes a while for this front to move, check out, if the rain doesn't arrive until about 3 a.m. in Waterloo and Des Moines, those aren't going to be severe storms. They'll probably just be showers and weak storms. So some uncertainty right now. I know that's always frustrating. But because of the uncertainty, this is why we have to keep most of the state under a risk of severe storms, because some models bring some strong storms into the Quad Cities and Sioux City. Fewer models do that, though. Where most of the models are bringing the activity is Des Moines, Waterloo, Mason City. So the severe threat is greatest there, but there's an outside chance for places like Sioux City and the Quad Cities. Right now, it looks like worst case scenario, if we do see severe storms, we're talking about wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, quarter-size hail, and though the chance is very small, can't completely rule out an EF0 or EF1 tornado. So there's likely going to be some shifts to this. Once the models get into better agreement, some may be removed from the severe threat, and the severe threat may go up for others. So look for an update tomorrow morning.